In this game, we're playing against Argenport Shootout, one of the new decks from Dusk Road. A lot of gunslingers. And as it is with every other game we play, he got a bunch of 2 to 3 power attack units, and we've just been hitting him in the air for, 2, 5, 8 damage per turn. And we have yet to get hit. And once again, these units don't matter that much to me. As long as I'm continuing to hit him in the air and holding him back a little bit here. This is turn 5, I believe. Oh, no. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. This is turn 6. So, still a relatively quick game. A bunch of flying units. There's nothing they can do about it. Like I said, the trick to winning Gauntlet is just a bunch of evasive threats that does 3 to 4 damage a turn, 5 damage a turn if you add them up. In this case, I did 8 damage last turn, and this turn I did, 3, 3, 2, that's 8, plus 3 more, 11 damage. So, games end very, very quickly, and it's very safe. In this game, I'm playing against one of the new decks from Dusk Road, the Unseen Masters. I have to say, this Unseen Commando is a really good card. Anyway, he's got a pretty good board state, and he has a giant flyer. But like I said before, the computer never plays around Finest Hour, so if I want to kill this, I can always attack with this and just Finest Hour it. But I think what I'll do instead is gonna go ahead and put the hammer onto one of these 2 units and attack him. I don't want to put it into the 0-5 because even with the Finest Hour, I still can't kill it. But putting it on the ground unit seems kind of poor because he can chump block for days. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and put it onto... The problem with putting it onto this unit here is against this specific deck, they actually run some number of brain downs, which can kill it, which is risky. This is actually kind of an interesting dilemma. What I'm going to do is put it onto this unit and attack him with both. And basically, I'm just not putting all the eggs into the same basket and attack with everything. Because I have a Finest Hour in my hand, and no matter how the blocks end up, I'm going to be advantaged here. So I'm going to go ahead and pump this, and I'm going to go ahead and kill his... I'm going to kill both his units, and the game should be over pretty quickly here. Yep. This board state is too powerful for a deck like this, unless he also plays Harsh Rule, which I actually don't know what's in this deck, so it's possible, but I don't think he does. So this game, this game was not as straightforward as some of the other games. There was actually a few points in the game earlier on before I started recording where there were some decisions to be made. This Unseen Commander was pretty large. I vanquished it on one of my turns, Anyway, in the last turn, there was some decision to be made on where to put the hammer, but I think the line that we took was the safest, especially if he has another bring down and kills my 6/6. But here, I'm pretty sure we just win. He can block 2 things. I guess he doesn't die. He goes to 1. So let's see if we draw into a Finest Hour here. And we don't, so let's just hit him. He dies next turn no matter what. So, I don't feel the need to play any other units here. There's no way those 2 cards can stop my 3 units from killing him. Yep. Alright. Fairly easy game, even though it did have an interesting turn where I had an interesting... or different interesting lines of play. So here we are playing against Student of Hooru, which is basically a mirror in terms of faction anyway. I got stuck on 2 power for a couple of turns, and then I got stuck on 3 power for about 4 turns now. Luckily, my opponent's draw was not very good, and I didn't fall too far behind. And thankfully, I just drew my 4th power, and now everything gets turned on. I mean, I still can't play Wisdom, but everything else gets turned on. And now I feel like I'm in very good shape. I'm going to attack him with... What I could do is I could play the hammer, kill this, and hold everything back, and he can't kill my hammer, and my hammer can kill something else next turn. But I think losing 6 damage to save my hammer isn't even worth it. Alright, in this case, I'm very glad I didn't play the hammer. Instead, I'm simply going to pass the turn. None of the unit that he has right now matters to me, so I'm not going to use the permafrost on it. I was very lucky that I didn't play the rune hammer first. Okay, so he's coming in, make a free block, take 3 damage. So my opponent is going to die very soon here. He is dead on the following turn. So yeah, I stumbled on power. I can't play either of the wisdoms. I couldn't play the harsh rule. I think I missed a total of maybe 5 or 6 turns in total with the power. And still this game wasn't very difficult. This deck is just very good. Okay. I didn't hammer this because I have 2 attackers and he can only block 1, so it wouldn't have mattered. If he had more blockers, I would have hammered the 2-3 instead. Yep, and now even if he has another lightning strike, he's still gonna die to one of these flyers. Alright. Whew, things got really dicey. When I got stuck on 2 power and he went turn 1, turn 2 play, I got pretty scared. But his turn 3 play was pretty poor, turn 4 play was pretty bad, so I came back from that. Alright, in this game, I'm playing against Blaze of Glory, and we just had a lot of back and forth trading. I lost all of my units because my opponent has more tricks than I did. He had a Rampage and a Finest Hour there, and then the Piercing Shot. But I have a giant Rune Hammer, and 2 of his units are permafrosted by me. So what I think I'll do here is simply harsh roll away his units, and then hit him for 7. This is a 2-turn clock. If he draws a very large unit, I can vanquish it next turn, and then finish him off with the hammer. If he draws a small unit, hopefully I can just kill it with the hammer and not lose the hammer. But there we have it. Another game where the harsh rule has turned out to be very, very useful. Unfortunately, that 7-drop in our hand has never gotten cast. Ooh, I started recording this one a little late. I'm playing against Ancient Excavations, and he ramped and played this on like turn 4 or 5 or whatever. And I just had a giant Copperhawk Bailiff with a hammer on it, and then I got a giant Tinker Overseer, and now I hit my opponent for 12 and finish him off in the air. Even though he does have some giant units on the ground that will overwhelm me, luckily enough I was able to do enough damage early on while he was busy ramping and have no units in play. This matchup can get pretty dicey, and I think this is a matchup where I would really like to have drawn a harsh rule and a bunch of vanquishes. Here I'm playing against Primal Fury, which is one of the older Gauntlet decks, and from my experiences, some of the older Gauntlet decks don't seem to do a whole lot. They're definitely a lot less synergetic and a lot lower in raw power compared to some of the newer decks, which I think people spend more time making those decks in the expansion packs like Dusk Road and Omens. But then again, they also have more cards to choose from. Although I do believe they go back and they update these old decks, but for some reason they just seem to be a lot weaker in power level. Yeah, my opponent's 100% dead here, right? Yeah. Yeah, my opponent actually didn't do anything the entire game. Just sat there, played power, and like played 2 units and died. Not a very representative game, I have to say. But against, I do find that against some of the older Gauntlet decks, that does tend to happen. Especially the ones with blue and red. Sometimes they just don't do anything for the entire game and play no units because the deck has a very high spell count, and then you just play a bunch of spells that don't do anything unless you also happen to have drawn the other part of the spells that was needed to combo off. Okay, so this game I'm playing against Heart of the Vault, and my opponent just played a bunch of things that does nothing. Power, 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 and then got himself into a pillar of a mar, but he's at 4 life, and I have 3 attackers. And they all fly. So once again, all you need is a bunch of flying units and a very easy win. Imagine if I had a bunch of ground units, he would have been able to chump block for days with those 0-2s and 2-1s and stuff. Alright, Gauntlet boss time. Let's make sure the mic is on. I've done this way too many times where I start recording and the mic is not on. When a player plays a spell, they play a random unit with the same cost. That's okay, I suppose. I have an okay number of spells in this deck. Ooh, that's a redraw. 1 power. Company of Exiles. This is a special. This is the special event. And it's pretty cool. I like that event a lot. It was really fun. So I'm gonna play the Tinker Overseer and really cross my fingers that I draw at least 2 more power. Yes, there's 1. Then Overseer and start attacking. Hopefully he plays a bunch of spells that... Oh no, it kills my unit and he makes a flyer. I was gonna say hopefully he doesn't make any flying units, but this is most unfortunate. I need a power really badly or I'm gonna be in bad shape here. Jeez, I can't even kill that because it's not 4 power. Hopefully I attack him, he'll block. Computers are not very smart, so they usually don't play around tricks. So hopefully this will give me something. That's not too terrible. This is now 2 damage, unfortunately. I hope he plays something I can vanquish. That way I can at least get a unit out of the deal. But oh man, he is going to outvalue me very... Oh, there we go, I can vanquish that next turn. But I would love to draw a power. Without power, I can't win this game. Alright, alright. Dinosaurs. I have no dinosaurs in this deck. Oh man. I think I'm gonna lose this game unless I can get to 5 power with a recent amount of health and harsh rule away his board and then get to 7 to play Roland's Honor Guard. I think that would be my best bet. I'm just gonna triple block here. I'm gonna lose this 1-3, but I think it's important to not take too much damage. Power, come on. Oh, this is actually really good. Alright. This prevents him from Warcrying the Minotaur, which is not that good in this matchup because I don't think he has actual units in his deck. I think he just has... Oh no. I think he just has a bunch of spells, so I don't think those Warcry triggers will go anywhere. Oh man, this is not good. I can't block this 3-4. I'll be taking quite a bit of damage. So 3 damage a turn. Oh man, alright. That I need to get rid of pretty quickly. Oh no. Alright, I can prevent the 4. Take the 4, go to 15. Now if I draw a non-depleted power, I have a chance. This, not so much. I think I will do this, because you never know when he might randomly get a Grenadine and it dies. Yeah. Okay, that's not the greatest in this particular board state. I need power though. If I can get a power... Oh jeez, this guy has everything in his deck. If I get a power this turn, I think it's too late. But if I miss... Well, if I get a power this turn, there's a small chance. But if I miss power this turn, I have 0 chance. Because I can hope that the 4-4 here holds him back. This is what I can really hope for. So let's see. He has a 4-1. Okay, I'm at 8 life. I can hammer away the flyer. I can block 2 things. I can block the 4-1 and the 2-2. I'll take 1, 4, 5, 6, and go to 2. Alternatively, I play the Shelter Wing. He doesn't attack at all. He might not attack me at all because computers aren't very smart. I think this is what I'll go for. Just hope that my opponent here, the AI is not very good, and hope that he doesn't attack me. That's my best bet. And hope that I top deck a non-depleted power source is what I'm hoping. Oh my lord. How do you beat this? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Wow, beyond dead. Oh, wow. Oh, exactly 0. Oh, I wonder what my next card is. If that was a power, I might have lived. But, yeah, I mean, my opponent has a good hand, and I got stuck on power. So, that's how you lose. Power variance. Nothing I can do about that.